morning. Hey, this is Terry, the All Solutions Known business resource consultant. Wow, what a day, and congratulations. It is Friday, and Friday is to clear the runway for Monday. Now, of course, we can get excited that it is Friday and that you've done everything up to this point, Monday through Thursday. And now this is the second week, so you've had a master week to kind of work on an overview. And then what I've done this past week is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now today is more in depth for each one of these days. So congratulations for getting this far. That's a big deal. But we also understand that there'll be Mondays on its way, and also we'll have more Fridays, hopefully, in your business. You're just not closing down now. This is just the beginning. And if you've been in business for a while and you're implementing these, let me know down in the comments how you've been implementing this and how it's been helping you in your business. So anyway, subscribe and follow and all of that good stuff to make things work. So anyway, today we focus on review, cleanup, closure, and preparation. Now, Friday should not be treated as just the end of the week. For a business-minded person, Friday is an opportunity to finish with intention and create momentum for Monday. It is the day to look back wisely, tie up loose ends, close open loops, and prepare for a stronger start next week. Woohoo! So that is why today we focus on four things. It's going to be review, cleanup, closure, and preparation. Now, each one serves a purpose. Each one reveals something useful, and each one can help propel you forward with greater clarity, greater confidence, and a better start on Monday. So let's get started. Number one, review. So, review is where you pause and look honestly at the week that you just lived. And if you own your own business, hopefully you are balancing home, life, and work and all of that sort of thing so that you are living. And you can look back and say, yeah, I've had some wonderful punctuation marks in my life as far as events and other things other than just business. But I really hope that, as I mentioned here, I'm off script, I guess, but I've got it written down too, that you've lived every moment with purpose, fun, and profit, and not just profiting monetarily. So review what is not about dwelling on mistakes or replaying every frustration. Today is about learning from what happened while it is still fresh in your mind. Here are three things to review. First, review what got accomplished. Look at what actually moved forward, which priorities were completed, which calls were made, which projects were advanced, which conversations created opportunity that keeps your business going. And this helps you separate real progress from mere activity. Second, review what did not get finished, what remained incomplete, what got delayed, what was started but not followed through. This helps you identify where things stalled and also why. Now, third, review what produced the best results. And again, hopefully you'll do more of this, right? Which actions led to sales, stronger customer relationships, better team communication, cleaner systems, and or greater peace of mind. When things come together, when those ducks are in a row, then you have greater peace of mind and you can spend the weekend relaxing and just having that peace of mind. So these are clues about what deserves more attention going forward. So what should we look for in a review? Well, look for patterns. Were you most productive on a certain time of day, a certain day? Did certain habits help the week go better? And did certain distractions keep showing up? Also look for gaps. Where did your actions fail to match your goals? Where did time get lost? And where did you react more than lead? And Zig Ziglar always said, we don't respond or shouldn't respond. I mean, we shouldn't react to things. We should respond to things. It's a different thing. Look it up. Now look for wins worth repeating and what worked well enough that it should become part of your routine next week. That's a big one. So how can review help propel us into Monday? Well, a good review gives you insight. It shows what you want to repeat, what you want to improve, and what to stop doing. So that means Monday doesn't have to begin with confusion. It can begin with clarity. So if you're not starting over from scratch, you're starting from lessons learned. That's a good thing. Let's rewind that. You are not starting over from scratch. You are starting from lessons learned. That's a whole new session that we'll talk about sometime. Number two, cleanup. Cleanup is about clearing what is cluttered, unfinished, scattered, or disorganized. It creates breathing room. It reduces drag. It helps you move into the next week, the new week, without carrying unnecessary mess from this last one. So here are three things that you can clean up. First, clean up unfinished small tasks. This might include returning one missed email, sending one last invoice, filing a document, updating a spreadsheet, or replying to a customer. Small loose ends can quietly drain mental energy if it's left hanging. Second, clean up your workspace and systems. And I know this is a tough one for me. My desk is crazy, but a cluttered desk, disorganized inbox, messy calendar, or unclear task list can make Monday feel heavier than it needs to. And I would say that my task lists are pretty organized, and that's good. But my desk, if somebody came in, they probably wouldn't understand how I can find things. Taking time to tidy these things can create a surprising sense of control. Now, third, clean up miscommunication. Were there instructions that were unclear? Was there a message you should have sent? Is it a customer, a vendor, or a team member that is waiting for an answer? Friday is a good day to clear that up. So what should we look for in a cleanup? Well, look for friction points. What would frustrate you if you had to deal with it the first thing on Monday morning? Look for things that are small but lingering. Often it is not the huge project that slows us down. It is a pile of little unsolved things. Look for visual and mental clutter. What is making the business feel more chaotic than it really needs to be? So how can cleanup help us be propelled into a great Monday? Well, cleanup creates space, not just physically, but mentally. It helps Monday to feel lighter, cleaner, and more manageable. Instead of beginning the week already behind, you begin with more order, less stress, and a better ability to focus on what matters most. So closure is about finishing the week in a way that feels complete. Not everything will always get done, but you can still bring proper closure to the week by deciding what is finished, what is paused, and what must carry forward intentionally, intentionally, intentionally. Three things to bring closure to. First, bring closure to completed work. Acknowledge what was finished, mark it complete, communicate it if needed, and sometimes people rush past wins and move straight into worry. Closure includes recognizing progress. Second, bring closure to unresolved matters. Now, if something cannot be finished this week, do not leave it vague. Decide what the next step is, who owns it, and when it will be addressed next week. Third, bring closure to the mindset of the week. Let the week teach you, but do not carry every frustration emotionally into your weekend. A business owner needs the ability to process, learn, and then release. What should we look for in closure? Well, look for open loops. What is still mentally unfinished? What keeps lingering in your mind? Look for things that need a decision. Not everything needs to be solved today, but many things need to be named and placed where they belong. Look for wins that deserve acknowledgement. Closure is stronger when it includes gratitude and recognition, and not just correction. So how can closure help propel us into Monday? Closure gives peace of mind. It helps you stop dragging mental baggage into the next week. And when Friday ends with clarity, Monday begins with more energy. So you know what is done and what is pending and what comes next. So number four, preparation. Preparation is where Friday becomes a launch pad instead of just a finish line. It is one of the smartest things a business owner can do before the weekend begins. So here are three things that will help you to prepare and what you should need to prepare for. First, prepare your priorities for Monday. What are the top three things that need attention next week? What should happen first? What deserves focus time while your energy is fresh? Second, prepare your calendar and your task list. Review appointments, deadlines, meetings, follow-ups, and commitments. A little preparation now can prevent wasted time later. And third, prepare your mindset. How do you want to begin the next week? Rushed and reactive or focused? And there's that word again, intentional. Friday is the perfect time to choose. So what should we look for in preparation? Look for what matters most next. And what is the next important move for the business? Look for obstacles before they appear. Is there something Monday that will require that you can set it up today? So is there something that Monday will require that you can set up today? That's kind of a weird sentence. I had to rewrite it, I guess. Look for ways to make Monday easier. What can you decide, organize, schedule, or write down right now, today, that will save time later? So how can preparation help propel us into Monday? Well, preparation creates momentum. It turns Monday from a day of figuring things out into a day of moving things forward. That's what we want to do. So do not waste your best energy trying to remember what matters. You've already decided. You do that today. So putting it all together, review helps you learn, cleanup helps you clear space, closure helps you finish well, preparation helps you begin strong, and that is why Friday matters so much. It's not just the end of the week, it is the setup for the next one. So when you use Friday to review, clean up, close, and prepare, you give yourself something valuable. It's a better chance to start Monday with confidence, order, and purpose. So today, do not just coast into the weekend. Finish with intention, look at what happened, clean up what needs attention, and bring closure where you can. Prepare for what comes next. And that is how strong weeks are built, and that is how better Mondays begin. But here's a big caution, and I'm glad you waited this long and you've been with me throughout this entire video and this chapter. Friday is usually not the best day to launch something big. Friday can be a very productive business day, but it is often not the best day to launch into new projects or dive into complicated new commitments. And that is not because Friday lacks value. It is because Friday serves a different purpose. Friday is better used to strengthen what has already been built during the week, review progress, clean up loose ends, bring closure where possible, and prepare for that stronger Monday. In many cases, trying to force a major new beginning on Friday can just create confusion, rushed decisions, half-finished execution, and unnecessary stress. So that is where a word like caution fits well. Friday should come with a little caution when it comes to starting something large, complex, or highly demanding. So why Friday is not the best day to launch something major? One, energy and focus are often different by Friday. By Friday, many business owners and team members are mentally tired from the demands of the week. Even if they are still productive, their energy is often better suited for finishing, reviewing, clarifying, and organizing rather than building something brand new from scratch. So here's what to watch out for: mental fatigue, shorter attention spans, reduced patience for complexity, and a stronger temptation to rush things. And why that matters? Well, major new projects usually need clear thinking, strong focus, and enough mental margin to ask good questions, spot weaknesses, and build that right foundation. So Friday is not always the strongest environment for that. Two, there's often not enough runway left in the week. And starting something big on Friday often means it cannot be properly supported before the weekend interrupts this momentum. What to watch for? Not enough time for follow-up, not enough time for team discussion, not enough time to solve early problems, and not enough time to communicate next steps clearly. So why does this matter? A large new project or commitment may begin with excitement on Friday, but then sit untouched over the weekend. By Monday, details may be forgotten, momentum may cool, and confusion may set in. That might be this part of things right here, might be the reason why you're watching this video. This is the big thing that you can use and implement every Friday, all of your Fridays from this date going forward. Three, Friday can create pressure to make rushed decisions. When a business owner knows the week is ending, there can be that pressure to squeeze in just one more big thing to feel productive. But not every late week decision is a wise one. So, what to watch out for? Starting something because it feels urgent, committing before thinking it through, saying yes before reviewing resources, timing, or cost, and confusing motion with progress. And why this matters? A rushed Friday decision can turn into a Monday problem. A rushed Friday decision can turn into a Monday problem. It's better to launch something important from clarity than from pressure. Number four, team availability and responsiveness may be different. If you have employees, contractors, vendors, or customers involved, Friday may not be the best day to expect full engagement for something new and complex. What to watch for? Slower replies by email or whatever, limited meeting time, reduced staff attention, difficulty getting all needed input. Why this matters? A major launch or new commitment usually benefits from immediate support, collaboration, and follow through. Friday is often better for wrapping things up rather than opening something that requires many moving parts. So, what is Friday better for? Well, here it is. If Friday is not usually the best day to launch something major, what is it good for? Well, Friday is often the best day to strengthen what already has been built during the week. This means that Friday is a great day to review progress, tighten weak areas, follow up unfinished details, confirm next steps, improve systems, close open loops, and prepare for Monday. In other words, Friday is often better for reinforcement than reinvention. Okay? Better for reinforcement than reinvention. Better alternatives to launching something major on Friday. Here they are. One, strengthen what already is in motion. Instead of starting a brand new initiative, look at what has already been started this week and ask what needs one more touch? What needs more clarity? What needs a better follow up? What needs to be tightened before next week? Here's an alternative action. Refine the proposal, finish the presentation, clarify staff rules, improve the workflow, double check the numbers, and clean up communication. Two, use Friday to plan the launch, not force the launch. Friday can still be a very smart day for major projects if it is used for preparation instead of premature execution. Alternate action would be outline the project, list needed resources, define the first three steps, assign responsibility, identify possible obstacles, schedule the kickoff for Monday or even Tuesday. Now, this turns Friday into a strategic setup day instead of a rushed starting line. Number three, use Friday for review and decision making. You may not want to fully launch on Friday, but Friday can still be an excellent time to evaluate whether something should be launched or moved forward. An alternate action list would be review the opportunity, ask key questions, examine costs and benefits, identify timing concerns, decide what needs to happen before the project begins. This allows you to move into the next week with a clear and thoughtful decision instead of an impulsive one. Four, strengthen relationships before the weekend. Friday can be a strong day for follow-up, appreciation, and communication that supports future success. Now we're almost done. I'm going to take a quick drink here. All right. So Friday can be that strong day for follow-up, appreciation, and communication that supports future success. So here's some alternate actions. Check in with customers. Thank your team. Confirm next week's priorities. Send important updates and close communication loops. Sometimes the best thing that you can build on Friday is trust, clarity, and alignment. So, a practical way to explain caution for Friday, well, let's frame it like this. Caution. Friday is usually not the best day to launch major new projects or dive into complicated new commitments. Why? Because Friday is better used to review, strengthen, clean up, and prepare. Now, it sounds like I'm repeating these things because I am. And hopefully, if you didn't catch it the first time, you're catching it now. Okay? So Friday is often better for reinforcing what already has been built and setting up a smarter next week. So examples of what not to launch on Friday: a completely new marketing campaign and many moving parts, a new internal system without training or support, a major hiring process without time to review candidates carefully, a large operational change without full team communication, a new partnership commitment that has not been fully thought through. Better Friday moves would be polish the campaign and launch it on Monday, outline the system and schedule training next week, review hiring needs and prepare interview questions, clarify the operational change and communicate it well, and list leadership questions and review the decision with fresh eyes. Before we summarize and close our time together today, I want to leave you with this thought. Mindset shift matters. One of the biggest differences between a reactive business owner and an intentional one is the way that they think about Friday. Too often people reach the end of the week and begin asking, how little can I do before the weekend? That question may feel natural after a long week, but it does not usually lead to a stronger business result. It tends to invite coasting, delay, loose ends, and on a Monday that feels harder than it should. Now, a better question is this: how can I finish this week in a way that makes next week easier and stronger? Now, that is a business building question. It reflects ownership, leadership, and foresight. It shifts Friday from being merely an escape ramp and into becoming a setup day. Now, it reminds us that the way that we finish one week often affects how we begin the next. Now, this does not mean that a business owner has to squeeze every ounce of energy out of a Friday or stay stuck in a constant hustle. It simply means that finishing with intention is something that we do. Now, it means recognizing that a few thoughtful actions on Friday can save hours of confusion, stress, and wasted motion on Monday. A cleaned up desk, a clarified priority list, a completed follow up, a scheduled appointment, or a communicated expectation can all become gifts to your future self. Mindset shift matters because success is not built only on how hard we start, it also is shaped by how well we finish. And a strong Friday finish creates confidence, it creates order, it creates momentum, and perhaps most importantly, it creates a sense that you are leading your business rather than always catching up to it. So instead of asking, how little can I do before the weekend, ask, what can I do that will make next week cleaner, lighter, wiser, and stronger? That one shift in thinking can change the tone of your Fridays and improve the rhythm of your business over time. So as we close, it is important to say this. Finishing the week well should include some form of recognition and celebration. Not because every week is perfect, but because progress deserves to be acknowledged. Celebration helps create motivation, gratitude, and perspective. It reminds us that business is not only about what is left undone, it is about what has been accomplished and what has been learned and what is worth building on. So for the solopreneur, celebration may be simple but still meaningful. It might mean taking a few minutes to review your wins, writing down what went right, enjoying your favorite coffee or meal, ending the day a little earlier with a sense of gratitude, or simply pausing to recognize that you kept showing up. And when the work is done, or when you work alone, it is especially important to notice progress because that's where you don't have a team around you to do that for you. So you have to do it on your own. For the entrepreneur, you may have a bit of a team around you. Celebration may include recognizing movement, not just milestones. Maybe a new idea became clearer, a relationship was strengthened, a system improved, or an important lesson was learned. Not every entrepreneurial win is an immediate revenue. Remember that. Sometimes the win is clarity, traction, or even a better decision. So taking time to acknowledge that helps build resilience and keeps your vision alive. For the small business owner with a few employees, celebration can be both personal and shared. I really recommend that it's shared. It may mean thanking the team for specific efforts, pointing out what went well, recognizing someone who stepped up, or ending the week with a quick word of appreciation, or all three. Now, it does not have to be expensive or elaborate. Sometimes a simple thank you, a shared lunch, a positive team message, or a few minutes spent highlighting wins can do a great deal to strengthen morale and build unity. For the employee team, celebration works best when it is sincere and not specific. People want to know what they did that mattered. Acknowledge completed projects, extra effort, problem solving, improved communication, customer care, or any visible contribution that helped the week to go better. When people feel seen, they are often more motivated, more connected, and more prepared to come back stronger next week. That's interesting because today I'm starting writing a book called More, about doing different things more. So anyway, uh, you should be seeing that on the shelves here pretty soon. Now, the key is to celebrate in a way that fits the size, culture, and season of your business. Celebration is not about pretending every week was amazing. It is about honoring progress, reinforcing what is working, and ending the week with the dignity and encouragement for you and everyone else. So as you finish the week, review honestly, clean up wisely, bring closure where you can, prepare intentionally, and do not forget to celebrate what was accomplished. And then step into the weekend with a clearer mind and come back Monday with greater strength. So this is how better finishes help create better beginnings. We've mentioned that already. So here's a final takeaway for you. We're circling around the field. So Friday is not a weekday, W-E-A-K day. It is a wise day. It is not usually the best day to start something major and complicated. It is the best day to strengthen what already has been built, finish what needs attention, and prepare intentionally for what comes next. So approach Friday with a little caution. Do not let the pressure to do more of a big thing push you into a rushed commitment. Use your day well, review, reinforce, clean up, clarify, and prepare. So this is how you protect the progress that you made during your week and create a much better launch point for Monday. So again now, this is Terry Scott, the America's #1 business resource consultant, and I'm saying go ahead and make it a great day and make it a super weekend for you. Well, you last, okay? Let's go with your employees, the world around you, and your family, and then you. So we'll talk soon. We'll see you now on Monday. Make it a great one. Bye for now.